Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Dan Blanchard with the Travel in Time with Dan show, where we mix travel with history and with leadership. Today I'm in the beautiful San Antonio at the Alamo. Yes, the Alamo. It's right there in the background. You can see the cannons right there. The Alamo's right there. You can see part of the fortifications, the walls here. And this area of San Antonio, where the Alamo is just gorgeous right over here. Okay, so what's the story of the Alamo? Well, way back, right? Obviously, there were a bunch of natives who were living here, and a bunch of Mexicans who were living here. This was Mexico, not the United States. The Spanish, they were in here, and the Alamo was a mission, right? Where they wanted to convert everybody to be like these, good Christians, right? So that's basically what this was, like a mission, right? The friars and all that stuff, right? Well, eventually, the Spanish are going to make this into like a little, the Mexicans are going to take it back, but eventually it's going to be made into a little makeshift fort to repel the attacks of like the natives, like the native indigenous tribes of the area. Now, eventually there's going to be a guy named President Antonio López de Santa Anna. And this area of Mexico where the Texans live, there's going to be a large migrations of Americans into this area that don't really have any ties to Santa Ana or loyalties to Santa Ana. They're Americans, they're Texans, even though it's considered Houston. He's coming later, even though it's considered to be Mexico, right? So they don't really have any ties to this guy, Santa Ana, right? And Santa Ana's kind of putting his thumb on them, kind of pressing on them, oppressing them, telling them what to do, bossing them around, and they don't like it. They're going to fight back. So there's going to be this Texas Revolution that's going to happen, where they're going to, take the fort. They're going to take the fort from the Mexicans. And of course, Santa Anna's going to get mad. He's going to order like a larger military unit to go there. Some of the Texans, Americans kind of leave the fort, leaving more of a skeleton crew. When they find out about this, Jim Bowie, the famous Bowie knife, he tells Sam Houston, I need you to send me more troops, because Santa Anna's bringing a large Mexican army back here to retake the fort. Sam Houston says, I don't have the men to spare. Just burn the fort down, get out of there, pull the guns, the cannons out of there. So when Jim Bowie gets there with it's 30 men, now it's maybe 200 men total, and Santa Ana is marching at least 2,000 men here. But Bowie finds out that they don't have the horses to haul the cannons out, right? So Davy Crockett and a whole bunch of others are like, listen, let's fight. Well, let's do this. And they talk Bowie into staying and fighting, right? Now, what's going to happen is going to be a 13-day siege when the Mexican army under Santa Anna shows up. There's going to be a siege for 13 days, and the Texans are going to do a great job holding out, but it ain't going to last. Right? They're going to get overrun. The Mexican army is going to come in and they're going to kill all the Texan guys. Right? They're going to leave a few non-combatants alive. But maybe some women and children to go tell the story, and a couple slaves or whatever. But they're going to pretty much kill everybody. And then that's when you're going to get the whole battle cry of remember the Alamo, right? Sam Houston's going to get mad. He's going to put together an army. They're going to chase down Santa Ana. They're going to find him at the San Jacinto, and they're going to have a battle there. And it's only going to last something like 18 minutes before they capture Santa Ana, force them to surrender, and then the rest is, American history. Right, this is now going to be the country of Texas instead of Mexico, and then 10 years later, Texas would join the United States to become the Lone Star State of the United States. Today, this is like a museum. It's also Texas' first UNESCO World Heritage Site and the only site, a UNESCO World Heritage Site in Texas. It's the most visited place in Texas. Here. Now, I like to do leadership stuff, right? And travel stuff. This is definitely worth traveling down here and checking this out. It's such a cool place to come down here and check this place out. Now, my leadership is obviously, the battle cry of remember the Alamo. Leaders are brave and will fight for what they know is right in their hearts, and they're very, very brave. I remember the Alamo, which also means fighting for something bigger than yourself. Right? This was for their independence away from, what Santa Anna was kind of becoming a dictator. So this was their independence and freedom away from him. So that's what leaders do, right? They're brave. They fight for what they believe in, and they fight for things bigger than themselves. All right. Well, thank you for spending time with me, Dan Blanchard, with the Travel in Time with Dan show, where we mix travel and history and leadership. And I will catch up again with you real soon. Take care now.